Today is the day. It's the last day of Hall of Chiefs. I've been playing as a mini whale, trying to win this thing. Originally, I was just trying to rank high, but I'm getting so close now. I'm going to actually try to win, but I don't know, man. I might get sniped. I keep getting sniped in multiple rounds. Last round, I took a decisive victory. However, as you can see here, I'm in a great position to get sniped by somebody who has a bunch they're holding back on. So I'm going to try to be a little bit overwhelming. I'm going to show you the strategy I'm going to use. I'm going to open some chests that I've been holding back on so you can see what I'm doing to prep for that. And then I'm going to come back later. I'll cut the video. I'll come back later and show you what the results were so you can know if I actually won Hall of Chiefs or if I ended up getting sniped at the end. But here we go. So first things first, today is the day. Let me give you a quick recap first. So here's where I stood in previous rounds. I'm Papa Popsicle here. I got sniped on day 1. I got sniped by 2 people on day 2. I got sniped again on day 3. Very clearly that's a snipe. And then on day 4, I managed to pull ahead by just a little bit. And yesterday, I wanted to have a decisive victory. I got that. I just wanted to make sure it was going to be painful to try to catch up. And I think I accomplished that. And now today, I haven't really started doing anything yet. I'm purposely kind of leaving myself down there so I can see what's going on. But I don't know if these other folks who have been kind of placing high still have more in the tank or not. I don't know. They might. But clearly I have a decisive victory right now. I want to make that gap even bigger if I can. So I definitely don't want to lose today if I can avoid it. Let me show you what I have in plan. So in store. First things first, it is the Chief Gear Day. I have to open up some of these chests so I can see what I'm going to get for the Chief Gear. So this is the primary one I'm interested in. This one is the Chief Gear Materials chest. And I did, again, if you've been following me, you know I've been using Gemini to try to help me plan. And my goal today is actually, if I can, I wanted to try to get all of my gear from green, which if I knew this event was coming up, I planned a little better, I wouldn't have even popped the green. I would have saved it for this event. But really, the bigger tiers are where the more points are at anyways. I'd like to get at least 3 of my gear to Mythic, to Gold, and if possible, the whole set, because I've been playing as a mini whale. I've been hoarding up a bunch of this stuff waiting for this event, and I have a bunch of chests to open here. I may actually be able to get an entire gold set, but let's see how that goes. I'm going to prioritize infantry first, and then I'll do marksman and then lancer, but I'll try to do it a little evenly. I'll show you what that's going to look like. I actually have a lot of the design plans in Polishing Solution already because I was prepping for this in hoarding. What I really need right now, what's holding me back, is the hardened alloy. All right. Now, do all these chests have the same amount? Oh, I don't need to worry about this. These chests all have the same amount, so I don't really need to do this in batches of 5. I'm going to get everything the same anyway. So this isn't a rando chest, so I'm just going to bump that up and grab it all. So there we go. So that's those chests. And now, is this the same thing? No, this is now random. And this is random Chief Gear. This is random also. That's only 4 though. So I'll just open those up, see what we got. Oh, I didn't get any alloy. All right, fine. And then the Chief Charm, let's see. So this is random charm upgrade material. I'll do these in batches of 50. Here we go. And let's see what we get. This is good. 6280. 6290. 7884. As I understand it, all these become gating factors later in the game. So I figured I'll open them now so you can see what I got. I don't think I actually need these right now. I've been saving up so much. The analysis I did, I have more than enough of this, and I think even Polishing Solution to get through the grind. What will hold me back if I don't have enough is the alloy. If you follow my content, you can see a live I did earlier where I did some purchasing, and one of the things I did purchase was some additional alloy. So hopefully that's enough to get me through. And we'll just grab this. Oh, sorry, I did that too fast. All right, nice. And while we're at it, I'll just grab these other boxes. That's nothing. This is the labyrinth box. Again, nothing much, although that might be handy for the Christmas event. And then 32 of these. Okay. No shards. That's unfortunate. Okay. And while we're here, because I'm doing this, because I'm opening chests, I'll go ahead and open these chests as well. Really, you know, I do need to, of course, it'd be nice to get some more mythic gear, but on all the heroes, just for kind of leveling up the whole account. And let's see if I get lucky with any. No, that's not. No mythic gear there. All right, one. Nice, I'll take it. Oh, come on. I'm not having a lucky day at all. All right, two. Yes, I'll take that. Well, luck isn't on my side today. Hope that doesn't... All right. I would have thought my reward rate here would have been slightly better than this. Oh, man. Maybe that's not so bad. Maybe one of you can comment and tell me what the actual rate is and if I did all right or not. I would have thought opening 50 chests at a time that I would at least get one in every open. Maybe I should have done 100 at a time. Here, I'll do the last 99 all as one shot. It's still only one. Okay, well, that is what it is, as they say. And how about these? Yeah, this is the widget chest. Now, I did make a mistake the other day. I guess because this is talking about some competition. Let me tell you the mistake I made, and I'll show you Mythic Hero, and that's for... I'll use that later. And, okay, use that later as well. But this one right here, let me go ahead and use that right now because this will be related to the Christmas event for the King of Frost. So one of the things, I missed an opportunity to use the widgets for Molly. I did a little analysis on Molly versus Natalia, and what I missed out on is I could have used that for the Hall of Chiefs event. What was it, yesterday or the day before? When we got points for the widget upgrades. But I guess it's not that bad because today I will get some points for the widget upgrades as well. So let's do that first. I'm going to choose to spend this on Molly as much as I can first because those chests are only useful. So I've already maxed out Geronimo. If we look at his gear, I already maxed out Geronimo. So can't go any higher with this for now. And I can use those on Molly or Natalia. And Zinman, no, I'm not using them on Zinman, right? So those are my choices. And of those choices, Molly seems to be the better long-term play for this account. Although I think other people will get stronger. I think, you know, it won't be wasted at least. And I'll get some credit against them for the holiday event. So I'm going to dump these all on Molly as much as I can first. And then if I am able to max out Molly, I'll put the rest on Natalia. I understand Natalia is good for Bear, eventually. Well, you know, other people will replace Natalia, which I have Geronimo on his way up now. So, yep, and that's all I'm going to get for Molly, it looks like. Okay, so I'm not able to max out Molly, but at least I get some event points for using all those. And, you know, now Molly will be more competitive in Arena and for exploration phase and things like that. Let's see what that looks like when it comes to the Christmas event. Where did that put me? So, stage ranking, yeah. Well, all right, gave me a little bump. I don't know, for total ranking, gave me a little pop for that as well. It only includes Essence Stones and the widgets, and I've already done all the Essence Stones and widgets. Let me just check. There is probably, yeah, I don't know if there's any more. Yeah, I don't think there's any more gear that I can upgrade that way. The only one I have an opportunity to burn some for is Natalia, and it's just equipment. So equipment can be transferred to other heroes, so I don't feel bad about spending it this way. So burn that, and that'll give me a nice little bump for the holiday event. Again, I wasn't really planning on trying to compete in the holiday event because I'm like right there, might as well, you know, give it a little bit of run, you know, like just a little bit. Like if it happens, it happens, but I don't care. I don't care about this event too much. Now let's go over to the Hall of Chiefs. So my strategy is going to be, I'm essentially going to try to bump up. I did some analysis on, well, let's look at let me show you what I'm talking about here. In this phase, we've got Chief Gear score, and I'm going to save that to the end. That's the biggest bump. I'm going to save that to the end. So, you know, at the end of this video, I'm going to come back. I'm going to do all the Chief Gear upgrades. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to focus on, I've already did some construction earlier in the day, and I'm going to try to raise mainly through research. I think I'm going to avoid troops this time, because right now, I already did a bunch with troops. I'll do troops just what I need to do organically right now, or maybe if I see some last minute push, it's something I can go to if I really need to. But I'm really going to try to focus on construction and research. And of the two, I think research is the better bang for the buck. I'm also running out of things to construct. So, you know, as things go up, like all these little resources are not going to give you big power bumps. It's not much. If I were to upgrade these, not much. It's going to cost some money and time and not really give me much for it. If it's the last thing I can do, fine. But if we look at some of the others, so I have the storehouse and infirmary ready to go. I can pop those whenever I want. And I have research going on. Now, I think some of you asked me before, I'm not doing the help right now because some people competing in this event are in my alliance. And so if I do the help, it's going to give them a signal to what I'm doing, and I don't want to give that signal. So I already have command center upgraded. That's one of the ones I did. I already have embassy upgraded. I can go farther with infirmary, which I should. And I think I can go farther with storehouse, what level is this at? Yeah. So that's where I am now. And it's going to 30, so this will be the last one I can do there. I've already done barricade, of course. So I've done some of the construction stuff, and I do have some of the, the troops always training. So now let's look at the research tree, because this is probably where I'm going to get the biggest bang for the buck. If you look, there are some in growth, like oftentimes the infantry ones. I'm sorry, these ones, the healing, will give you a decent power bump, because this event is all about power bumps. So I may come here and grab some of those. If you look at, like, this is 9 days though for 27,000, whereas if we look in a lot of them in battle, like, so if we look for one that's a 9 days in comparison, that's 3 days. Just want to show you a comparison to the cost. I thought I had some that were down the tree for that were 9 days. Maybe I didn't unlock any that are in that range yet over here. But if you look at the power for cost, like that was 9 days for 27,000. Even this one right here, right? For 2 days, I can get 16,000 power. So I'm just looking at, here's a better example. For 3 days of research, I can get 29. So if you look at the cost per speed up of power, that's kind of like the function I'm using right now. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm looking at cost per speed up. So I'm essentially going to, I have a bunch of steel, I think I have enough to push a bunch of these. And what I want to do is I want to get my score high enough where it looks like I've done my chief run, but I haven't. What I've actually done is a research run, and then I can pop the chief last minute and hopefully secure the victory. But there's two different strategies I see people use. They either try like an overwhelming force, like to discourage anybody from even competing with them. But from what I've seen, some of these players actually are holding a bunch in reserve and kind of pop it all at the last minute. And I don't know, if I'm going to have an overwhelming response anyways, I might as well not give them an opportunity to respond. So what I'm going to do now is try to get myself in a good position where it looks like I've done my run, and then kind of do that explosive chief gear drop towards the end of the day. So let's see. I'm going to complete this one here, and then. And there's no way, as far as I can tell, there's no way to do the speed ups on the research without hitting help first. So I'll let that run for a second just to see if anybody gives it some pops, and then I'm just gonna run this down. All right, and then I'm gonna get this one going here while I go look at what the score changed to, just to show you what's going on. So there, now that was a decent bump, right? Now at 14.5 million. So now I'm going to come back here and I'm going to speed up this one. Let me just show you what that was again. So this is 29,000. So I was out 14.5 million. I'm going to speed this one up. Make sure I got those helps. Oh, okay. Let's try this again. All right. And now let's see. $15 million. Okay. So every one of those is like, you know, 30,000, you know, ended up being what, about $1 million? Because it was like on the fractional. So here we go. Here's another one. I'm eventually going to just grind up this whole tree, but what I'm trying to do right now is look for the, in case I run out of resources. I don't think I'm going to run out of actual resources. I may run out of steel though. So I'm trying to make sure that I grab the ones that are the highest value first for my speed up. So basically the most amount of power per speed up. I'm going to dismiss that so it doesn't keep on annoying me with that. I should have dismissed the other one as well. Okay. And some of these small ones up here, I mean, if I do the math on, I think if I were to do the math on the, like, you know, 3 days, like 9 times 3, this is 3 days. If I were to do 3 of these, for example, 9 times 3 would be 27. So this is like cost-wise about the same. And I might as well kind of complete these in the tree because they're good to have anyways. So give a second for any of the Alliance help to come in, and then I'll just speed these up because I'm not trying to sit here all day waiting for that. And also, like I said, I'm trying to make sure it's not too obvious what I'm doing. All right. Although it may be anybody who's online and watching, you know, if they're paying attention and don't have auto help turned on, it's going to be obvious what's going on. And the same with these. That's actually a much better value. But I'm just trying to grind out the research tree. And one of the things to realize, if you think about this strategically, anything you spend here, these are permanent account upgrades. So this is long-term value, whereas troops are not, which I know I got some criticism for doing that the other day, but I really needed it. I was in a position in the game where I needed it to fill out my marches for bear and other things. But now I'm just going, I think I missed there we go. Grab that. So now I'm trying to really focus this phase on permanent enhancements. So that way, even if I don't win Hall of Chiefs, I don't have to feel guilty about spending this on things that are more permanent. It'll help the account long term. So we'll just build this out, then we'll see where I stand. And hopefully we'll get to the point where, let me just see where we stand right there. And I don't mind doing an overwhelming. So I'm now at rank 28 with 17 million points. 17 and a half. So if I can get to the point where it kind of looks like I've done my chief gear run, but I haven't, that's what I want to do. Because between that and the lead that I already have, I just don't want that to be eroded. All right. Grab that. Now some of these, again, if I just look at the amount of research per points, I mean, that's still pretty good, right? 14.7K for 1 day. It's still good, so I'm just going to continue to grind out what I can here. Should I look for... Yeah. I have plenty of steel, actually, so even for the higher tier, these start to consume quite a bit of steel. So I think at this point, the lower tier items are giving me more power. They're giving me similar power per speed up, but at a less of a steel cost. So I am going to just continue to grind the tree. I don't think I have anything else that I missed in the tree. So let me just make sure of that, because those will be easy gimmies. Just make sure everything is maxed out here. Max, max, max. There we go. All maxed out, all maxed out, all maxed out. And then I will just make absolutely sure that I grab all of these, because it's now I'm getting to a different metric, right? Cost per speed up and least amount of steel use. So let that run for the Alliance help for a second. Grab that. There we go. Wait for the Alliance help. Grind that out. And same, let's do this one more time. You see, as that goes up, the cost of steel increases as well. This one is a good one, though. Enhances all troops' health, so this is good to have anyways. Alright. I think, is that all the Alliance help I'm going to get? I hate pressing it too soon and then... Alright, take care of that. So, maxed out, maxed out. Alright. And now, lethality is one that, I know there's the conversation about balancing, balancing these things, and lethality is maybe not, right now my goal is really to look for power though. So, but I think that's probably fine for now. I'm gonna skip that for now, and I'll come back around to it later. Lethality versus health. So I'm gonna skip that for now, because I want to do a little bit more reading on what the correct balance for that is. I know some people recommend like being a little bit behind on the lethality as far as optimal points usage, or power balance. Resource usage is what I should say. So I'm going to grab these. My real goal here, though, is at this phase, it's really the actions I'm taking here are more about Hall of Chiefs and less about optimal, balancing of the tree. So different criteria. Let's see, after this, I'll see where that puts us. And did I wait? There we go. All right. Is there any more that I can pull in that are... Yeah, let me... Okay, so these are only like a day. And this is attack. Okay, fine. Since I'm grinding most of this out anyways, I just make sure I do the ones that cost less steel first, because that's a decent amount of... There we go. This is much better. I knew that was going to be the case. But for, well, that is a lot of steel, though. We are getting in a position that even the lower level things are going to use a bunch of steel. But I'm going to finish grinding these all to level 1. This is a lot of research grinding, but I was kind of saving up for this. I didn't want to dump it all yesterday. And I should mention, before I did this, I did also spend a bunch of resources on leveling up the research tree itself, the research speed. So, but now I'm at a point where, like, there's a balance. It's like, how much do you enhance the research speed before you have to, get into construction, which is not as efficient use of points. And then if I run out of steel while I'm trying to do the other things that actually give me more power, that's the tricky balance. Because I look at my steel being withered away now. So let's focus on these base ones. I don't know if I want to get into lethality still, but yeah, so I only have like enough for like maybe 3 more good ones with that amount of steel. I can always purchase more steel if I really had to. I think I have 1 more steel purchase I can do from the shop. So at this point, this is 1 day. I'm not even worried about the speed ups at this point. Like 1 day for 17,000 steel. and 14,000, right? Versus 16,000 for 4 days. So definitely gonna take these ones first. And then I'll do the same here. And then see where this lands me. There we go. So now we're looking at something similar to the others. We got 2 days with 35,000. That's a nice power bump for those though. And this one just sucks all the time. The infantry lethality. I'm going to leave this one alone because, well, it's only 5,000 though. It is only 5,000 steel. But, and it's only, you know what? I'll grab this one only. Yeah, and I'm going to leave that for now. So, I think still the better deal. That's 50,000 for 4 days worth of speed ups. And then this is, you know, if you look at that versus this, 16,000 versus 22,000. So this is still the better use of the steel that I have right now in reserve. And I think I'm just about out of the steel. So we're going to get to the point where my run for research is done, and then I'll look to finishing off some construction maybe. Maybe I'll drive up the research itself to, because I think it's only at level 28 or something right now. All right. So there we go. And now, yeah, my steel is running a little bit low now. So I'll come back around to that. I don't know. I'm going to upgrade. Yeah, I need to finish off the infirmary. All right. Get that going. All right, so where does that put me? I'm at 25 million, ranked 14. That's not too bad, but it's not where I would really like to be. So I'm going to focus a little bit more on construction. And I don't have all that much more construction I can do. So my last play is going to be that chief gear, but I'm going to do that later. So right now, let's just focus on the remaining construction part of this. And I might as well just... This seems a little selfish of me, but like, you know, I've got the resources and I'm not going to run out of, I've got everything I'll need for the chief gear. So let's just, you know, run these up. Maybe I'll time these so that they finish right at the end. Is this one? Let's see. I think this one is actually, I'm at 29 and it's being upgraded. So yeah, I'm at 29 and it's being upgraded to 30. So maybe I'll just time this one to end when the event ends. So 3 hours, roughly. So I'll only spend enough speed ups if I can get this right. I want 3 days. All right. Take a few hours off of that. All right, where I need to be. 3:15. So I need this down to 3 hours. $3.19. Oh, what'd I do? Damn it, I used an hour. Okay, fine. I'll just finish it off. I'll use it somewhere else. Okay, so those are all leveled up. I guess what I'll do is I'll put it on the infirmary. And hopefully I won't mess up and do the hour next time. So let's see. Let's try to get this. Let's try to do this right this time. All right, now I need this down to... Make sure I keep on coming back to the 5 minutes. All right, so... All right, that's 3:10, and the event ends at 3:13. So that should be fine. Chief gear upgrade happens in 3:13. This will finish off at 3:09, so that's fine now. And the research center, I can't do that with, because if I need to press research further, then... So I'll just get another one of these structures going, I think. Although, I don't know if I want to do that. Let's see. Because I don't have all that much steel left. So this still only is going to put me in the 27 million range. And I may, if it gets to the last minute, I may have to push troops. I don't want to do that as just a temporary way to fill the gap, but it is something I can do. So I'm gonna finish that. Now before I go to, the last thing I'll do here is I'll get this ready for F30, or not F30, for 30, level 30 as well. But before I do that, let me see if there's anything else that I can do in the battle tree that will give me... Yeah, see, I'm down to only 63,000 steel now. So now I just need to do like maybe 1 or 2 more things. That'll give me a little bit more power. And then I'm done with, yeah, there's not much more I can do for research. $38,000 on these, 25,000 on these, so 25,000 for 11, and that's 48,000. I'm not doing the math in my head on the fly, but it seems to be that doing these two will be the better use if I'm doing the math in my head. So for 50,000, I'll end up with 22,000. I don't know. These are probably about the same. Maybe I'll do this one because infantry defense is good anyways. And then I'll do whatever else I can. Yeah, and now I'm down to 15, and I probably can't find anything else in the tree. Oh, this one. Fine, I'll just do it to burn through a little bit more research power. And yeah, and now I'm out. Now I'm just about out of steel. I can go grab more if I needed to, but I don't think I'm going to. If I can't win it this way, then I think I've been out. I've been bested, if that's what happens. Because there's going to come a point where the only thing I can really do to bump power more is going to be through troops. So I've got everything else maxed out. I'm going to have my chief gear maxed out by the end of the day. Yeah, this one I'm going to time. So I'll time this one to be 3 hours also. Operate at 3 hours. That's kind of a small bump, but who knows, it might make the difference. So we get this to something closer. All right. Now we need to be, so I need to shave off about 25. 301. And the event ends at 309. Okay, that's good. So those two will pop off right about when the event ends. And then I'll come in here later and do the
You
Chief
do
gear.
notice the artistry
So
in my technique, don't you?
I'm going to be able to get all this green up, I think, to gold. So I'll cut here and I'll give you an update in a little bit. All right, here we go. We've got about 35 minutes left. I'm going to have to pull this off now because I've got to finish Labyrinth, which requires the chief upgrades for me to do well in it. And then I've got to participate in Arena as well. I've been competitive there. So unfortunately, if I get sniped at the last minute, there's not going to be a lot I can do about it. I've got those 2 little building upgrades ready to pop. I'm going to go ahead and do this run now where I upgrade the chief gear and hope for the best. So again, I'll do this little upgrade now and I'll show you what I've done, show you where I stand at the end of that. And fingers crossed that that big divide I set keeps the competition away. Maybe they don't have enough resources to catch up. But again, even if they do, second place is not bad because a lot of things I've been focusing on have been permanent account upgrades anyways. So let's see, here we go. Here's where I stand right now. Of course, the field hasn't changed much, which means people are either sitting on things or they're tapped out. I have a funny feeling they're not tapped out, but I'm, between recording content for you guys and, needing to do Labyrinth and needing to do Arena, I can't sit around for this one event trying to snipe it at the end like they may be able to. So here we go. That's where I stand right now for total. Hopefully that's enough of a divide. So let me just look at these rules again to be careful because it says no charm. So raise max chief gear score by 1, excluding charm. They'll show you the levels here. I think I have enough to go to Mythic on a couple things. I would like to get Mythic at least on 3 items, which is 2 infantry and 1 marksman. But I'm gonna level them up somewhat evenly, I believe. Well, I'm gonna do, here's what I'm gonna do. So no charm, I'm not gonna worry about charm upgrades right now. The chief gear enhancement. And I'm gonna enhance that. And enhance this. Looks like I need to enhance it again. All right, so those are blue now. And now I want to get marksman. I'm gonna get one of the marksmen to blue as well. All right. So let's see, just doing that, let's see where that put me. Well, that moved me up quite a bit. And now I'm going to bring the rest of these. Let's see, I do think I did the math on it, and I should be able to bring them all up, but let's see. Yeah, I should have plenty to get everyone. So I'm just going to do the full round first. Oh, I did one too many that I needed there, but that's fine. All right, so now I get everybody at blue. Just out of curiosity, let's see where that puts me. All right, well, that put me up a bunch. And now I'm in sniping territory. I'm going to continue to press this. I think I'm going to well exceed this category as well. But 30 minutes, man. But I've got some other stuff to do. So, I could hold it for the very end, but I really want to record it because it's kind of nice to see these progressions. So, if I get sniped at the end, it's your fault. It's your fault. If you're out there watching this, it's your fault. Let's see. Because it's your fault because I'm not skilled enough to be able to do all this stuff at once while recording it. Not yet. I just get my anxiety gets to me. There's too many things going on, too many things on the screen, too many things to remember. I'll forget something and I don't want to forget it. So here we go. Yeah, that takes a bunch. So that's now purple, right? 3 stars and now purple. Okay. And I'm going to actually, just to make sure I don't kind of screw myself here. Yeah, am I going to have enough? I should, so. But to make sure I don't really screw myself, I'm going to I think I kind of want to get these to Mythic first, because you get more points for Mythic. and then I'll backfill the rest. So I'm going to focus on these 3, the infantry and the marksmen, and then I'll bring the others up because I think I've done the math, so it shouldn't matter, but at least this way, if I did the math wrong, I should have 3 mythic pieces. So I do this round robin fashion. There we go. All right. Now, I'm just curious, after all that, where do I stand? Yeah, now I'm pulling away quite a bit. So, man, if other people have stockpiled this much and they're able to snipe me at the end, more power to you. But I've been doing some real mini whale spending. I've been saving for this event. If you got this much power in the bank still, God bless you. More power to you because, man, I'm trying to come with overwhelming force to dissuade people from trying to snipe me at the end because I have too much other stuff going on. If you can beat that point deficit and I still got more coming, more power to you, man. I'll take second place with pride because I think most of the people who would do it are actually in my alliance. So again, more power to you. It's all good for everyone.
You do notice the
There we go.
artistry in my technique.
All right. Tier 1. Now do we have to grind this all the way through the tiers? I'm trying to look at the... Ooh, I'm running out of design plans. Yeah, I'm running out of design plans, so I'll have to go buy those. So I ran out of design plans. The only thing I'm going to be able to do this last minute is play the Charlie Marble and hope to be able to get some more. So that's what I want to do and see what happens. I still think I have a decent lead, and I probably just misallocated the chief gear, but it's fine because I'll do the rest as well. But I must have done my math wrong as far as being able to upgrade everything. I thought alloy was what I was going to run out of, but apparently it was the design plans. So we'll grab some more here, and then I'll also try to grab them from the curiosity shop. At least finish that last tier. And then we'll see where things lie. Be nice to be able to get one more rotation of design plans. I think I'm gonna get the chest as well, get whatever I can. From the curiosity shop. Come on, come on. There we go. Yes, yes. Another design plan. I should have looked before I did this how many I actually needed. But you can never have too many, I suppose. All right. And just send this last 10 down. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that one. All right, so curiosity shop. As far as I can tell, this is the best deal. It also has design plans, policy solution, and Harnello, and it's a better deal than the others also. So we'll buy as many of these as I can, and I'll save the rest for now. Just open those up. I'm going to open them all up at once because they're all the same. All right, that's a nice amount of design plans there. I suppose I can come back and grab even more if I needed to.
You do notice the
So,
artistry
the
in
question
my
now
technique,
is,
don't you?
where do I want to spend it? I think it's the more you spend, the more points you get. So, if we look at that progression, Epic T1. So I thought I was going to get to Mythic, at least for 2 of them. But you get more points as you go up. So 3,000, yeah. But it costs more as well.
You do notice the artistry in my technique, don't you?
So this costs 95. And it'll give me 3,000, I think. This costs 100, and it'll give me 4,000. So for the purposes of this, I think what's going to make most sense, I mean, it's not much. I mean, that's 95. Oh, darn it. So, and if I can get, yeah. There, so now I have 3 of them at T1 with 3 stars. And I guess I'll do this one last since it's marksman. And that's it. That's all I have for now. I'll do the charm upgrades, but I'm not going to get any points for those. All right, so that's about the best I can do. I know I made some mistakes. Don't criticize me. It's hard to do this on the fly. I thought I did my math right, but obviously I didn't. But still, I got the points that I needed to. I got things leveled up with the chief gear, and I'm in a good position to level up the rest as I get more of those design plans. So let's see. Remember, the goal here was really about points for the event. So that's where I sit at points for the event. Like I said, if somebody's got that much and they can bring it, more power to them. That's where I sit in the total. If I get sniped with that, it kind of is what it is, because I have other things I need to do and I only have so much time. So I'll cut one more time to the end. When this is all over, I'll tell you how I did, win or lose. We'll see how it went. All right, the results are in. Here we go. There's my results. Stage 1, 2, and 3, I got snipe, snipe, snipe. But 4, 5, and 6, I was able to overwhelm and overcome. The strategy worked. Apparently, I was able to come ahead with enough of a lead where it was insurmountable. So thank God, because I had too much stuff to do last minute, but all these strategies worked. I made a lot of mistakes. I probably will not be doing this again for quite some time because I spent way too much, way too fast. But this account is actually in a good state now. A lot of the changes I made were permanent upgrades, and I feel like, you know, I've got a good base for this account now. Honestly, I won't be spending this much on the account, you know, at the rate I've been lately. So probably now I'm just going to kind of go on autopilot, learn some of the mechanics with the team a little bit better, learn some of the fundamentals of the game a little better, and I'm sure other people who are spending more money over time will catch up to me soon. But what was all this for? Here we go. See those rewards? That's the 200 sweet Geronimo shards that I wanted. So now we can go to Geronimo and do the satisfying. Well, I gotta go claim it, I believe. Gotta claim my prize. Where is it? They're in here. Hall of Chiefs, Frost tier ranking, etc. I got #1 in Arena today. So I'll claim those. And now do the most satisfying thing ever.
You do notice the artistry in my technique.
Give those shards to Geronimo. Still not there, still not 100% maxed out, but that'll go a long way. If you like what I'm doing and want to follow my journey, be sure to like and subscribe, and remember to turn the notifications on because I am trying to go live every now and then. So that's it for now. Until next time, I'll see you later.